Warning: this video contains topics that may trigger some individuals. An example is self-inflicted harm. To start things off, I'm going to use text-to-speech because I know that for sure I will mess up if I actually recorded myself, and it's also 4 a.m. as of making this. Some of you may have been aware that I was together in a relationship with FlimsyFacade for 6 months. It was very one-sided, and turns out in the end, he lied to me and never loved me, but waited half a year to tell me so. This obviously caused lots of problems, mainly in me, but more importantly, Flimsy decided to block me and lie to others that we had a falling out. Then he proceeded to tell his moderators things about me on his Discord server. He said things like I was constantly talking about hurting myself, or about how little I ate, and how I felt sexually attracted sometimes. While yes, these are true, it's important to mention that he never said anything about it, so it really isn't my fault that he's so butthurt over me having naturally occurring feelings. And it doesn't really help when an image like this gets sent. Truth be told, if you're RO or Ace, you shouldn't be sending images like that to someone who you know is in love with you. But as for the self-harm, I'm not the only one who ever spoke about it or sent images. As a matter of fact, I never even sent images of self-harm. It was always him. If I ever sent a picture of a cut, it's usually an accidental cut.
And I should add that I actually never sent any. When I typed this part, I was thinking of one time on my birthday when I got an accidental cut from opening a can of bean dip, but I don't remember sending that, nor did I see the fact that I sent that when I looked back through the messages. So there is no proof that he actually can pull up about me sending, or well, there's maybe a little bit of me talking about it, but I never sent any pictures, as opposed to the video of him trying to like clean himself up from a giant actually, I'm not going to like describe what it was, but there was an aftermath also posted about it onto his server. It was just a bunch of bloody towels, or I think it was toilet paper, but yeah, he can't necessarily prove it.
As for him, he usually speaks about it a lot and had provided me images of actual harm to himself. As for the food thing, I complain about a lot of things, and I go to him for lots of things because I trusted him so much with everything. It also doesn't help that at the time he was also the only person I knew I could go to.
To add to this, he would say that I'm not your therapist, which is the worst thing anybody can ever say to someone who's hurt emotionally, because you don't need to be a therapist to be a supportive friend to somebody. That's not really a good thing to say to somebody who already tried out therapy and really got even worse from it.
Plus, I thought that he'd understand, because it's also something he's gone through. Another thing that was said is that I ruined relationships with viewers and friends. Now, this plays into one of the reasons why he broke up with me, which is how I tend to get real hostile to people I hate, or who leave hate comments on his videos. I was so protective over Flimsy because I genuinely cared and didn't want anything bad to happen. But as for the friend thing, it was all his fault, since he gave me a paranoia that I still can't get over. He tried to call me out about how I overreact over OCs that look similar to mine's, which only happens because he called out a friend of his once in DMs about it, but for his OC.
Now, this is one of the many things he said about the reasons why, which wasn't even said by him, it was said by his brother, but he's a very hypocritical person, given that he went to extreme lengths with his friend, like going out to even tell me her real name, and it was not good. It's an entire rabbit hole. I have tons of screenshots. The friend in question also knows about this now and did not take it too lightly when I told her originally, and yeah, safe to say that some friends ruined relationships their own. I didn't do anything. If I'm going to be honest, I did what I would normally do with anybody. I was just being supportive. And being supportive is also allegedly just being a horrible person. Now, there is more things that I could mention, like how my feelings over dogs also apparently affected all of it. But here's the thing. This guy, he sent me like at least a couple pictures of his sister's chihuahua, and he naturally knows how I feel about them, given we kind of had a actual falling out over them for the first time we met. But he knew that I disliked them, but he still sent pictures of them. And honestly, you're getting mad at me because of the way I feel, and the way I feel is related to something that happened to me with a dog before. I also continuously do have nightmares about them. There's a reason why I hate them. There's a reason why I will get violent when I defend myself against them. People seem to not understand that, and I don't really express that, but it's there's always a reason behind why I am the way I am. Like, if I'm really defensive for a reason, then I'm being defensive for a reason. If I don't want to see somebody I actually like getting attacked, I'm going to do something about it. It's funny that I say that because, I'm kind of the one who's attacking or harassing, but still, I don't really like this person anymore for what they did, and never even once tried to apologize for it. There was a few times, but those felt more forced and fake anyways. Okay, so, because he got back into contact with me after I originally made this video, and then he ghosted me again, but after that, I just had enough, and I blocked him. I leave messages sometimes by editing the last message I left. And I think he also, no, I don't know if he did, but he probably blocked me back anyways. But I doubt he even saw anything of what I said on why I blocked him, because he said he was just gonna ignore me. So, and the reason why he wanted to ignore me was because he didn't like hearing about it. But every single time I talked about it, I was just basically asking, can you at least apologize for real? Will you actually hold up on what you said? Will you unblock me and everything else? Will you actually hang out with me? But nothing. It's just, I feel uncomfortable, and you'd make me not want to be social anymore. And now he's fucking uploading slop on YouTube. Just straight slop. Like, I don't understand how his fan base even, like, enjoys what he makes. It's just the same thing over and over. And granted, that's kind of what I used to do, but at least I put more effort into that than whatever the hell he's making. He's just talking in a closet about something that happens. And, maybe I kind of did the same thing. Maybe I kind of trauma dumped on my YouTube page. But, I don't do it all the time. I don't share all my thoughts like he says. I'm not the one who's out here saying, maybe you should put your thoughts into a journal. Just saying, not everything needs to be shared. And then here he is, he's talking about every single minute detail on anything. He's talking about how he dislikes his new stepmother, or whatever the fuck that is. Like, I kid you not, this guy's always got a problem with mother figures. I'm not sure, what's going on now. I knew that the first two were bad because I had lots of knowledge, because this dude he talks about it all the time, saying that it's his way of coping about it. But then when I talk about my biggest problem in life, which was how I felt like I just couldn't get over it, in which I still can't. I get blocked and ghosted. Well, I don't know if he actually blocked me, but I get ghosted. Like, what's your deal, dude? Your entire fucking page is just filled with support, and meanwhile, I don't have any support. The only thing I really have is somebody who basically just tells me, get over it, or to ignore it, or maybe somebody else who just tries to fucking say they're fixing me and then try to get into a relationship with me, even after I say I don't want to be in a relationship. And honestly, I'm not pursuing anybody for this reason. I don't want to end up even worse than I am now because of this guy. This guy shapes everything around me. Sure, I wasn't as mad the first time anything like this happened, but I am now because I have the ability to actually think for myself. And, thinking about myself is all I ever do now. I'm not going to be thinking about other people because nobody else really thought about how I felt. I never gotten, hey, how are you? And maybe if I did, I just didn't feel like responding. that was just natural for me at the time. But now that's the only thing I don't get, and the only thing I just want from somebody, yet nobody even asks me. And you know what? When I asked him, he was like, I don't know. The only reason why I did was because I didn't know if he was okay. I didn't know if he was even alive. And then he has the audacity to say, I don't think you care about my situation. You're more focused on talking with me than you are about my situation. I know about your situation. Everybody in the fucking world knows about your situation because it's all you ever talk about. But you know, sometimes I don't want to hear it. Not to be mean or anything, but you want to stay positive, right? I know that's a lot coming from me. I'm the least positive person in this fucking world. My entire personality, at least who I am right now, I don't know who I am right now. I have two people, just myself, and this one called Split, who's currently been residing in my statuses on Discord, which is a good thing, I guess. I'm not making people send me lots of paragraphs about shit, but still, I just don't understand why I always need the bad person, even though I just tried to do whatever I could to be the best I can. The only way I knew how. I used to be this cheerful person way before I even got on YouTube, but I think by 2020, maybe 2, that all fell apart after my friend who I've known since maybe I was about 5 or 6 just stopped talking to me completely. I spoke to him a couple months ago, actually, though. He responded to me, but I didn't ask if we could, like, hang out, which I think is the biggest mistake, because how the last thing he said to me wasn't, do you, I hope we talk again soon-esque. It was more like, it was a great actually, pretty much word for word is that, it was great catching up, which pretty much, tells me that he's moved on, but, I haven't. I don't move on from loss like that, just like, and I don't think that was understood by, FlimsyFacade either, because he kept trying to say that it's kind of my fault for not moving on and that I need to move on quicker and quicker and quicker. But I don't think he realizes just how much it all affects, especially somebody like me. I don't know how many people in this world are similar to be like me, but it was really bad depression, and it lasted at least until like maybe late January, and then that's when I started getting rage built up. But at the same time, it's because I also had somebody who kind of enabled me to get rageful, and I don't know how to like deal with all these things properly. I talk to my friends in school about it sometimes, but that doesn't really help me feel better. I wish I still had my counselor from when I was in middle school, but I'm in high school now. We're about to move to a second campus because they're split into 2 campuses. Sorry if it sounds like I'm crying. I'm not, but I do have some tears coming out of my eyes, but I'm not crying. They're just a single tear, but it's all just fucked up. I feel like I can't do anything about anything because of how this all went. I feel like I did so much stuff wrong, and I want to take it all back, but he fucking hates me. I know someone who talks like this. I know someone who thinks like this. Probably gonna be in the comments section. And if you are, can you say something? You need to say something nice about him. I know you just said something in the group chat. I saw it as I was recording this. This is why I didn't respond. I don't respond for many reasons, either because I'm sleeping, or I'm busy, or I'm just not in the fucking mood to do anything. And that's my entire schedule recently, actually. because I don't want to just be up doing things just to have this guy pop into my mind. I don't like that. It does happen. It happens with a lot of things. And maybe that's my fault. I think everything's my fault. I think the way that I am right now is my fault. I think who I'm talking with is my fault. I think everyone is my fault. I think my mom talking to me the way she does sometimes is my fault. I think everything my uncle says about me, everything he did, was also my fault. I think all this negativity just came from me, and I don't even know how to fucking deal with it. Some of my friends that I really like talking with, they don't even talk to me. And saying that, I'm thinking about how I talk to some of my friends who actually do want to hang out with me, and how I don't even fucking respond to them. I can't do this shit forever. I can't pretend to be something I'm not. And I don't even think people realize it. I'm not even who I seem I am, and not who I try to be. I'm not even the person who fucking advertises themselves. I'm not the same person who fucking makes community posts, YouTube videos. I'm not the same person who had the energy to make the same type of video for at least a fucking year. I'm not the same person in 2022 who uploaded that video for a fucking game soundtrack. I'm not the same person that was found on fucking Garden Warfare 2. I'm not the same person people keep meeting on Roblox and adding. I'm not the same person who gets on Funky Friday and battles people for at least like an hour. I'm not the same person who gets on anything and tries to be happy. But I am that person who's constantly negative. And I think that's my problem. And I think that's what I need to stop, but I don't know how to stop it. And I don't think I ever will. I don't think I ever have. Even when I do something I like, even when I'm building Legos, even when I'm watching movies, even when I'm reading Chainsaw Man, I still can't escape the fact that that's the way I am. And no matter how much I try to stop that, no matter how much I try to fix it, I can't do it. Even when I'm watching movies, even when I'm building these Legos, even when I'm just enjoying my time to myself, I can't even think about it. I can't fix it. And I don't know if I will, and I don't know if I can. There's so many aspects of my life I know I need to change, and I can't do it because I just can't commit myself to it. Nobody is going to accept me for who I am. Nobody falls in love with me unless there's something wrong with them. And I can't fix it. I'm done. I'm just done. I can't record this any longer. I don't know why I even sound like this. I'm not even really crying, I think. I know I am, but at the same time, I'm fucking forcing a smile on my face while I record this. I'm done. I am not recording anymore.